Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, welcome back to another product review of some recent Miniature Building Authority releases. We're just going to skip the unboxing and get right to the good stuff. Let me know in the comments if you actually care to see the actual unboxing of the package and see what the packaging looks like. We can take a look at how it was all wrapped up after we take a look at the actual miniature terrain itself. Folks, I am absolutely bursting at the seams here. If you know me, you know I love Miniature Building Authority. I love miniature terrain, and especially when it's pre-painted. That's right, folks. Everything that you're looking at came pre-painted, finished as it looks right now, straight out of the box from Miniature Building Authority. Now, I believe a lot of what you're seeing could also be purchased unpainted. So for those of you who wish to paint it yourself, I believe the vast majority of everything you're looking at can also come unpainted. Additionally, everything that you're looking at is from Miniature Building Authority, with the only exception being the table mat itself. That mat is the only thing you're looking at not from Miniature Building Authority, and that includes the figures themselves. All of this is 28 mil scale, and it is perfect for your tabletop role-playing games like D&D, Pathfinder, what have you. I personally love using this stuff for some games of my own, like Dicey Depths, but let's take a look. We got to look at everything here. Now, some of this stuff I've already had, and I just put in here to complete the scene, such as this little well and these trees. These trees are not something that I picked up today. And the three figures here are also not, but everything else is. So let's talk about it. I'm also going to give you the SKU product ID for each of these things as we take a look at them. Let's focus on the big thing first. This is what prompted my order, as a matter of fact. This 3-story gorgeous dwelling. So let's move all the rest of this out of the way. We got our glamour shot of everything all set up nicely. So we are just going to scoot everything else out of the way and take a look at this. Oh my gosh, folks, are you kidding me? Let's start with the lower level and work our way up. All right, so this is product MBAL171, the Grace Windale Merchant House. This comes painted and flocked, as you see here, for $134.95. So we'll do a 360, and then we'll also pan up. I love like the little grate underneath there, that little detail. As you can see, you have a door here, you have kind of an alcove area here, and then up the stairs onto the second level. Again, you have a door above the stairs. I just love the pattern, and I love the detail of the paintwork there as well. It looks really cool. And this sticking out section there, all the way up to the very top. We have some really nice angular detailing on the roof with another little window way up high there on the peak. We don't have a chimney on this one, believe it or not. No fireplace here. Okay, so that is the 360 of the house. Let's take a look at each floor. So we'll back up just a bit. So of course, this top roof part lifts off. Nothing special underneath there. And then here is this first, I guess this would be the second floor. I know it's some, like what in the UK is it? This is the ground floor, and then this would be the first floor. In the US, we typically do call this the second story. But this, here's the interior of that. As you can see, the interior is also fully painted as well. The door absolutely does open. It swings open on its hinges. Now, I will say, because I'm pretty sure this would be remedied if you purchase this, I actually did not have a post there. I don't know if mine will come out now that I've put one in, but I had to put metal. I just had some, like when you pin figures, I just had some of that, like brass wire post material that I stuck in here. Otherwise, this door was just loose. But it does have the hinge, and it swings open and closed very nicely. And then on the bottom, this one did have whatever it would be in there. So this one also opens and closes, and it did come with the post or whatever you want to call it that goes in between all the hinges. And again, it is fully painted on the inside, looking gorgeous. Now, a couple things that I think that is pretty sweet about this is that you could absolutely just make it a smaller dwelling like this. It's somewhat modular in that way. And then you can use this landing up here as like some storage space and whatnot. And just leave it like this if you wanted a smaller dwelling. And in fact, you could use the second floor as a first floor as well. So you could also have this just be its own little two-story house if you didn't want a big old tower looking thing, because this makes a nice porch step right there. But of course, it all comes together looking absolutely fantastic as the big old building it is. That is wonderful. The Grace Wendale Merchant House, as soon as I saw, join the Fans of Miniature Building Authority Facebook group, because Kirk is constantly posting new releases, and he gives us, I don't even know why I'm telling you this, because it kind of gives those of us in the group a head start on some of these products. A lot of the painted products these days are painted to order, so maybe when they're first released there will be a limited stock of painted items ready to go, but then further orders will have to be painted on demand. So it's nice to get that heads up so we can place our order and get this. Like I just placed this order last week and it's already here on Monday. So super excited. That is what prompted this order. And then let's take a look at all the other little goodies, because there were a bunch of other painted items that I absolutely had to have that I hadn't yet picked up. I was kind of looking for a reason to pick them up. This was that reason. So these, and I picked up 2 sets of these. These are the Celtic table and chairs. So what makes them Celtic? I don't know. Maybe the design of like the chairs. The reason that I love this is because it looks super rustic. Very, very much rustic. The timbers that make up the table just look absolutely fantastic. Am I missing a chair somewhere? I know I had all... Oh, here it is over here. I knew I had all 8 chairs. All right, look at these. Let's take a peek at some of these. Now, these, again, this would be something I could definitely see people ordering unpainted, because just to dry brush these brown or whatever the case may be wouldn't be hard at all. But I love the sculpt of like this just piece of wood that they made this chair out of. But the table is where it really shines, I feel like, because I love just the seam right through the center. That, you know, this is just a handcrafted, constructed table, roughly made out of wood. I love these planks of wood for the table. They're absolutely perfect. And these chairs, so many times, sometimes with miniature chairs, you worry about them falling over, but these are all on solid bases, so there's very little wiggle room there if someone knocks the table, and they look wonderful next to people. Like, look at him, this guy at the table. It actually looks really, really good. So that is fantastic. And again, that is a Miniature Building Authority figure as well. And, you know, put some stuff on the tables. She's coming by with her baked goods. I mean, it just looks fantastic. So I picked up a couple of those, a couple sets of Celtic tables and chairs. Painted, they are $12.95 a set. So in all, this was $25.90 for both of those. Also, a couple things I actually forgot to mention that I believe do come with the Grace Wendale Merchant House. You actually get a cellar door. So again, don't mind these brass rods, because actually I had to cut those and put those in here, because once again, my cellar door actually had no poles to keep the doors attached to the actual base of the door. They were just kind of dry fitted in here, which is no big deal whatsoever, because, you know, if you know me, I don't do a lot of DIY, but I did have these for pinning miniatures, and so I just cut a couple pieces to fit in here, and that ended up working out pretty nicely. So now they swing open really nice, and this is like your cellar door, and so it would, you know, go anywhere around here or any of your other buildings as well. And then you also get this doghouse Very cool detail work on the sculpt of this. And, of course, the dog. This is such a cute pup. And it absolutely looks exactly as you would want it to for 28 mil scale. So that is also very, very cool. Absolutely love that. All right, next, look at this. I've been wanting one of these for so long, the owl bear rug. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? So this is the owl bear rug. This is perfect for your fantasy inn or tavern. Looks absolutely great with figures. This was a little bit pricey because this painted owlbear rug was $14.95 just for this by itself. But I absolutely had to have it, so now I have my own owlbear rug. Next is this that has actually been out for a little while. And I've been meaning to pick one of these up, so I threw that in this order as well. This is the beehive set. So you get like a little crate, a stump, a bucket, a couple beehives on a table, and when you get it painted like this, you get all that foliage and stuff as well. So this was just a cute little accessory to add to your layout. And this painted was $14.95. So same price as the owlbear rug, actually. And again, looks fantastic next to some folks. Like this guy with the barrel. Don't get too close to the bees. Ah! All right, what do we have next? Let's do the Highland cart with all of these crates and stuff too, actually. All came with this. So these are a pair of two different Highland cows. You have one looking straight ahead and one looking off to the right. I love the horns on these guys. Oh my gosh. And then you also get this wooden, very basic, simplistic cart, as well as some goods to go onto the cart. You get 3 crates, as well as a pile of sacks and a single sack. So you get all that stuff right here in this little concoction, in this little setup. And of course, you can just have the cart by itself and then put your Highland cattle to work elsewhere. So that set was $34.95. So that is a little bit pricey as well, but I think it is a fantastic little set. So that comes with all the accessories as well as the cattle and the cart. And then I believe the last thing, and our mule has fallen over, but this is the mule grist mill. And this mill comes with not only a mule, so you do get the mule, you do get the grinding mill itself, which is just such a great addition to any kind of agricultural layout. And it actually does turn, so you can actually put the mule to work grinding in the mill. And it also comes with a bunch of these sacks, actually, as well. So you get a couple piles of these sacks. And actually, they kind of fit together kind of nice. Something like that or so. But yeah, so you get a pile of those sacks, you get the mule, and you get the mill as well. And painted, that is $29.95. So, oh, and I haven't been giving you the codes. Oh, well, here are all of the prices. Here are all of the codes. So you have the Grace Wendale Merchant House, the Highland Cow Cart, the owlbear rug, the Celtic table and chairs, the beehive set, and the mule grist mill. There's all their product IDs, so you can search for them on the website, all the prices, and there's the total. And if you know Miniature Building Authority, free shipping over $250. So I just hit that. That was kind of the reason that I picked up the quantities and whatnot and the items that I ended up getting just to make sure I could hit that threshold. And yeah, I would say it was pretty sweet. So that is everything, folks. Again, these buildings that they're coming out with, check my prior video if you haven't already on a trio of gorgeous other buildings that they've released. So I'm just all in. At the moment Miniature Building Authority announces that there's another building up for release, I'm all over it, because it seems like what they're doing with these is another company offers the files, and it's like, I don't know if Miniature Building Authority partnered with them or whatever the case may be, but they're printing these out, and then painting them and selling them, but also offering them printed as well, which is so handy for those of us without 3D printers, and especially for people like me who definitely just want to get these on the table without having to paint them first. So super excited about all this stuff. These were a bunch of fantastic little releases, and all available on the Miniature Building Authority website. So definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, lastly, I did want to show kind of, I guess, I don't know if this really matters, but how it was all packaged, super well protected. Everything was wrapped in bubble wrap. All the extra space in the box was filled up with newspaper. Some of the other sets were actually inside of these smaller boxes, inside of the big box. So everything was packaged really well. I just thought we would cut that part out and just get to the goods. All right, folks, that'll do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And until next time.